Welcome to Lady Bears Soccer. From J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick, I'm Phil Peterson, and I'll be calling the play-by-play for today's action between the East Brunswick Lady Bears and the Westfield Blue Devils. Though not in the same conference, East Brunswick and Westfield have developed a fierce rivalry dating back to 1986, when the Lady Bears defeated Westfield for their first of 6 Group 4 state titles. Currently, East Brunswick, under head coach Lou Cosa, has a record of 13-0, an unbeaten streak of 31 games, and a #1 ranking in the state of New Jersey. Led by Christy Bongiovanni's 16 goals, Hartaj Gill's 15 goals, and stellar defensive play, the Lady Bears will be out to pin Westfield with their first loss of the season. The Blue Devils bring a very young team to East Brunswick today. In fact, Coach Pete Giordano will have 6 sophomores in the starting lineup. According to Giordano, there are no superstars in this team, and in fact is quick to praise the unselfish play. Thus far, with an 11-0 record and a top 10 ranking in their own right, Westfield has allowed a mere 2 goals against this season. In their 1994 meeting, the teams fittingly battled to a 3-3 tie at Westfield. This afternoon's matchup has all the makings of a state final caliber game. Enjoy this one, and I'll be back momentarily with the starting lineups and the start of today's action. And we're just about set for the start of today's action between the Westfield Blue Devils in their visiting royal blue shirt and shorts and the East Brunswick Lady Bears, their home whites with the forest green shorts. And here are your starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Westfield Blue Devils, in goal, junior Amy Williams. At inside halfback, number 3, Jessica Czar, a senior. Number 9, Gretchen Mansfield, a senior halfback and co-captain. Number 11, Margaret Costro, a sophomore halfback. Number 12, Catherine Egan, a sophomore halfback. Number 13, Sage Stefiak, a sophomore right back. Number 17, Becky Hamilton, a sophomore left back. Number 19, Nicole DeSantis, a junior stopper. Number 21, Amy Coccaro, a sophomore forward. Number 22, Katie Burleson, a sophomore sweeper. And number 24, Kristen Zadorian, a junior forward. And now for your East Brunswick Lady Bears, starting in goal, Celine Hagan, a sophomore. Number 10, Hartaj Gill, a senior forward. Number 12, Tiffany Bloor, a senior forward. Number 14, Christy Bongiovanni, a junior midfielder. Number 16, Erin Kelly, a junior stopper. Number 17, Jackie Nacht, a junior fullback. Number 18, Navraj Gill, a junior midfielder. Number 28, Yating Liu, a junior fullback. Number 31, Kelly Free, a junior halfback. Number 34, Nicole Douglas, a senior stopper. And number 55, Allison Freeman, a junior sweeper. Referee checks with the goalkeepers, make sure they're ready. And we're underway here at J. Doyle Field. Gill to Gill, pushes the ball up the left wing. And knocked out of bounds off a hard tie, so it'll be a Blue Devil throw-in. Long throw-in down the right side, headed towards the middle, picked up by number 11, Margaret Costro. Hartaj Gill with the ball on the left wing, coming off a 3-goal performance against Sayreville earlier this week. Bongiovanni in the middle, poked out. Down an open left wing, Allison Freeman in pursuit. And she'll let the ball roll out of play. Be another throw-in for the Lady Bears. Coach Giordano from Westfield unsure of which team will show up today. This is only their second match in the last 13 days due to some cancellations. Just not sure whether they were going to come out rusty or all full of vigor after doing nothing but practicing for 2 weeks. Coccaro to take the throw-in for Westfield. Sadorian moving towards her, misses the throw. Attempt to clear by Kelly. Kelly with the ball. And she'll take the throw as well. Kelly with the challenge. Kelly free with the ball. Number 34, that's Nicole Douglas, plays it out the middle. Bongiovanni sending Gill down the left side. Cross back to number 12, Bloor. Nice challenge by Amy Williams as Bloor shot in from her right wing position to try to get that cross. Erin Kelly with the ball. Pushes it outside to Kelly free, just out of her reach, and it'll be a Blue Devil throw. East Brunswick with the quick early opportunity in there as we're just 2 minutes into the match. Gretchen Mansfield pokes the ball down the left side, but cleared out of bounds by Allie Friedman. Friedman with one of her patented long clears, controlled by Bloor as she shields it away from the Westfield opponent. Kelly takes it to the right, chips it down the right wing to an open area. Pressured by Bloor, and Bears will get the throw. Kelly free with the long toss to Bloor, double team down there. And Free will do it all over again. A lot of open area in the middle, see if anyone can capitalize on that. Bongiovanni with a left-footed cross. Gill positioning herself to receive it. One touches back towards the middle. Little out of control on that. Cleared out by Westfield. Number 24 is Zadorian coming back for the ball. Puts it up to Kakaro, but unsuccessful, and it's booted right back down, and Williams will have to come out and play that one. Westfield's allowed only 2 goals on this season through 11 games, so an early score by the Bears might do something to the Blue Devil psyche at this point. Bloor touches it back to Kelly, over to Bloor. Bongiovanni shielding the ball, plays it over the left side. Pursued by Gill, who keeps it in. Nice job. Drags it back. Possession ball at this point. Headed back in by Margaret Castro. And we've got a stoppage of play as early in the action, not 3 minutes in, 4 minutes into the action, Coach Giordano for Westfield's being booked with a yellow card. Caution. Obviously from this side of the field, we couldn't quite hear what he said, but obviously it was unflattering to the official, who was quick to seize control here. Free kick by Allie Friedman, put down the right side. Kelly free cutting in. Almost a lack of communication with the Westfield keeper Williams and her left back there, but no harm out of that one. Jackie Knocht heads it out. Through the middle, got Navaraj Gill. Much of the game thus far being played in about a 30-yard width, the length of the field through the middle. Allie Freeman with the throw to an open Nicole Douglas, who heads it up. Again, over to Kelly. Free moving wide to the right to open up some space for her. Kelly chips it down the right wing to Tiffany Bloor in pursuit. Back Katie Bertelson clears it out of danger. And it'll be a throw in for the Bears down in the Westfield end. Quick throw into Bongiovanni. Turns to her left. Cuts into the middle. Open with a left-footed shot. Blocked right at the last instant. Knocht will try to keep it in with a header. Forced by the quick speed of the Westfield forward there. Number 21, Kakaro with the ball. Chips it long. And Hagen comes out and gobbles that up. Good take charge keeper, Celine Hagen. Only a sophomore. She's got a great future here at the East Brunswick. Headed through by Bloor. Kelly free with it. Bongiovanni, one touch down the right side. Pursued by Bloor. And cleared out by Katie Bertelson. Free to Bongiovanni. Cleared out. Douglas staying home in the middle. Knocked from her left back position. And we have an offside call as Bongiovanni was a little late in getting back. Bertelson to take the free kick for the Blue Devils. Puts it right on the foot of Erin Kelly. Chipped ahead, Freeman in pursuit. Nods it out of danger. Navaraj looking for the ball, Navaraj Gill. And Hagen will call this one and come out and scoop it up. Catch her breath there, give her teammates a chance to get into position and boot it out just over midfield. Bloor in pursuit. Forces Bertelson to knock it out of bounds. Oh, not quite, as Gretchen Mansfield was able to keep it in for the Blue Devils. Nicole Douglas over to Bongiovanni. Little push from behind by Bongiovanni, so it'll be a Westfield free kick. About 10 yards to their side of midfield. Early in the game, 7.5 minutes in, there's no score. Bears had a couple of early opportunities in there. Westfield has more or less been unchallenged most of their league season at this point. We have a handball on the Blue Devils. Throw and intercepted by Navraj Gill to her sister. Hartaj puts it over to Bongiovanni. Intercepted by Nicole DeSantis. And it'll be a Bear throw-in. Navraj looking around. Finds her sister. Plays it back to Navraj. Cross to the middle. Nicole Douglas with the shot, just wide to the right. Good opportunity. Couldn't quite find the net, but pressure was there. As I mentioned at the outset, these two teams are not in the same conference. They played each other every year, usually once in the regular season and more often than not in the state final. Last year, Westfield got beat in their sectionals, and the Lady Bears defeated Randolph in the state final down at Trenton State. Yating Liu to take the toss. Throws it into Kelly Free, who flicks it on. Knocked out of bounds by the Westfield defender, and Kelly Free will throw it in again. Bongiovanni running towards the ball, headed through by Nicole Douglas to Bongiovanni. Nice control. Double teamed, so unsuccessful and try to pass it through. Amy Kakaro plays it to an open wing. Quick through to now Hartaj Gill. And Williams comes out and falls on the ball. Another good opportunity is they're putting a lot of pressure down the Westfield end. You could tell before the game that the Lady Bears were fired up for this one. Westfield may be a little rusty after having a 13-day layoff. Erin Kelly over to the right side in the midfield, looking for movement out of her teammates. Chips it over to Bloor, comes back for it, keeps it in nicely, but it rolls out of bounds. Bloor will take the throw, quick toss to Bongiovanni. Kelly stepping up, heads it down. Good control, plays it over on the left side to Navraj Gill, overlapping. And it'll be a blue throw-in. Westfield with a couple of early substitutions. As into the game, we have number 16, Elisa Cirilli, and number 5, Kelly Korecki. Navraj to Hartaj through the middle. Kakaro with the ball, takes it over to the left, waiting for some help to arrive. Pushes it ahead past Yating Liu. Free back in pursuit. Nice defensive play by Kelly Free. Kakaro retains control, and it goes out of bounds off the Bears. Korecki to take the toss. Correction, we'll have Becky Hamilton throwing in as Korecki begs off of that one. Long throw by Hamilton, knocked down by Nocht. Bongiovanni flicks it out. Hamilton looking for an open player. Nobody in there. This is a 1-on-3 situation. Off a Bloor, it'll be a Blue Devil throwing again. Not much off the ball movement by the Blue Devils, as they seem to be standing around waiting to react instead of acting out there. But Hamilton will toss in another one. Long throw finds the head of Kristen Zadorian. To no avail, as Yating Lu will throw it in for the Bears. Intercepted by Czar. Should keep track of the throw-ins one day. We've had quite a few at this point. A lot of stoppage in action. No flow to the game right now. Friedman wisely throws it back to Hagen, who was left unmarked, and she'll make a quick pass over to Jackie Nocht over to the left side. Touch over to Hartaj Navaraj, I'm sorry, but to no avail as it rolls out of bounds. Good intentions, but to no success. Nicole Douglas steps up. Westfield trying to apply early pressure now as they push their halfbacks into the offense. Kakar with the ball, nice left-footed cross to an open wing. Navaraj Gill over to Kelly, steps over the ball. Number 19, Nicole DeSantis. Tries to chest it through. Cleared out by Douglas. Bloor with a nice back header. Flicks it down to an open wing. She's in pursuit now, but cleared out by Katie Bertelson. Allie Friedman will look around. She of the long throw-in, about 25-yard toss to Gill. Nobody in the middle. Lou steps up. Taken by Kakaro, breaking through the middle, looking for an opening there. That's Zadorian with the ball, plays it out wide. Cross back by Westfield. Attempted shot by Kakaro, blocked down by the Bears. And crossfield pass will roll harmlessly out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in for the Lady Bears. Lou to take the throw. Cross to the middle. Not controlled by Zadorian. Right-footed cross in. Friedman intercepts, knocks it down, and clears it out to the left. Headed back in by Zadorian. So now it's Westfield's turn to take a little control here. Quick cutback. Zadorian with the left-footed shot. Takes a big bounce right into Celine Hagen. Hagen played that hop well as it came in on a live and took a big bounce. Giovanni with the back header. Bloor chips it down the right side. Williams will wander out of her crease. Dribble up towards the 18 as she looks for an opening, and big punt down the middle of the field. One touch by Kelly to Gill. Flicked over to Bloor on the right. Free overlapping. Out of bounds, it'll be a Bear throw. Kelly will take a free kick for the Bears, about 25 yards out to the right of the goal. Williams trying to set up a wall there. Kelly will go right to the goal and shoot it wide to the right. Looks a little frustrated with herself. If she had it over again, she might have taken a little bit more time. Not so much back and forth play at this point. It seems one team will take charge for a couple minutes and then it'll move down the other end of the field. Czar puts it out to an empty right wing. Taken by Friedman. Booms it right back out in Kelly's direction. Bloor with great pursuit back there as she beat the defender Becky Hamilton to the ball. Chips it down to the left side, and Williams will come out of her crease yet again. Knocked. Flicked up to Bongiovanni, headed through. Knocked back, Navraj Gill. Puts it down to her sister Hartaj, cutting in down the left wing. Looking for Bloor in the middle. Bloor steps up. Just a little too far, and Williams slides out to make the save. Good combination passing between Gill, and Bloor that time. Just a little bit out of the reach, or we might have had a icebreaker here. Kakaro in control. Tries to feed Castro. Kakaro again finds Korecki. Korecki on the left side, pursued by Kelly Free. Nice job clearing out the side. It'll be a throw-in for Blue Devils. Kakaro's the leading scorer for the for the Blue Devils this year, with 15 goals. Only a sophomore. She was a freshman starter last year for Westfield. Headed out and flicked out by Nicole Douglas. Westfield with the pressure, stepping up is Korecki. Touched out to Bloor. Bloor still with the ball. Challenged by Stefiuk. Heavy collision between Bloor and the Westfield midfielder there. Referee saw it as a foul infraction. Westfield wastes the opportunity as they kick it right to the Lady Bears' feet. And Friedman will pursue it over to her right. Chip out of bounds down the right side. And we'll have some substitutions as Westfield will bring in 2 more fresh troops. Hamilton with the throw. Headed out by Nacht. Intercepted by Zadorian. Takes the shot. Knocked out by Friedman. Douglas over to the left. Hartaj Gill in pursuit. And the ball will be played over the touchline. Be a goal kick for Celine Hagen. Bear substitutions upcoming is Coach Kosa. 18.5 minutes into the match, makes his first changes in the game. Getting ready to come in is Megan Smith, Pam Harriton, and Dimple Chowdhury when they get an opportunity. And here they go. Coming out of the game for the breather is Tiffany Bloor, Kelly Free, and Navraj Gill. Coach Kos has a long-standing tradition of keeping his troops fresh out there. Not only does he get some newfound stamina, but it also gives a lot of girls an opportunity to play. That's why year after year, just when you think the Bears are dead and buried, they somehow, with the experience they have, they always somehow find a way to keep some strength. Chaudhry to take the throw in for East Brunswick. Down the right side, left side. Kelly with the touch. Knocked back down the left wing. Harriton. Friedman with a long kick. 35 yards, pursued by Megan Smith. Touched out by Bertelson. Flicked on by Mansfield. And Lou will take the throw. Into Kelly, challenged by Castro, intercepts. Plays it over to Henkel. Swings it down the wing to Faulkner. Westfield Blue Devils being loaded with underclassmen this year. They've got 5 seniors on a 23-player roster. Looms good for them the next few years. Westfield left to right. Cuts to the middle. Harriton steps up. Plays the ball out to an open wing. Gill with the ball. No help though as she's double teamed. Intercepted by Chaudhry. Tries to toe poke it through unsuccessfully. Left wing racing to the ball is Lou. Just gets a piece of the ball. The referee had the whistle to his mouth, was close to calling a tripping foul on Lou. Fortunately, she got a piece of the ball. Quick toss in. One timed out by Friedman, and the Westfield Blue Devils will get another throw. .21 minutes into the first half of a scoreless game. Both teams kind of feeling each other out at this point. Nice lead pass to Megan Smith. She breaks over midfield. She's got one defender to beat. It's a little too far ahead. Becky Hamilton steps up and clears it out of the way. Golden opportunity for the Bears. They found Megan Smith on the right side, but just a little too far ahead of her to try to beat the defender. For Westfield, Kakaro coming out of the game for a rest. And taking her place is number 24, Kristen Zadorian. Hamilton with a throw, flicked on by Mansfield. Mansfield again. And Harrington will look for the quick throw to Bongiovanni. Bad throw as it came from the side of her head. And Westfield will get the throw. Westfield was such a young team, has showed a great amount of poise at this point. With the Bears having the better of the opportunities early. Free kick early in the half. Potential break by Megan Smith. Kelly steps up with the ball, looks for an opening. Through pass to Megan Smith. Square to Harrington, tries to cross it back to the middle, back to Smith, successful. Couldn't quite get the cross out. It'll be a goal kick for Westfield. All these throw-ins and goal kicks so far. The little ball girls hustling around today. Smith with the interception. To the middle, Bongiovanni picks it up. That's her range. Hits it off the Westfield defender. Smith in pursuit. And we'll have a corner kick for the Bears. Hartaj Gill will get over there. Take her time, set it up. Make sure her teammate's in position. Bongiovanni going to cut in from the left side. Kelly crashing down the middle. Hook shot. Tried to go short side and put it in right off the corner kick. And we'll get a goal kick for Westfield. Castro over to Czar. Tries to get it back to Castro, intercepted by Chowdhury. Chowdhury in strong pursuit. Taken away by Mansfield, chips it up. Harrington, flicked on by Bongiovanni. One touch through by Gill, over to Smith on the right wing. She's got Harrington behind her. Throw in by Smith, over to Kelly. Ooh, almost a dangerous kick by Harrington. Stepped up by Yating Liu. Flicks it in, Chowdhury with the ball. Runs into Williams. And Williams picks up the ball just to the left of the box. Good challenge by Chowdhury and Williams. Referees made a good decision. They'll call the play on. Friedman in pursuit down her right side. Clears it out of danger, and Bears will regroup back on defense. Out of bounds off of Chowdhury, who's showing some nice hustle out there thus far. Gill. Over to Douglas. Stepped up by Kelly. Kelly plays it wide to Harrington. Intercepted by Hamilton. And Coach Koster will make 3 substitutions as Bloor, Gill, and Free coming back into the game, replacing Smith, Chowdhury, and Harrington. Liu for the throw. Free tried to head it over to Bloor, but unsuccessfully. Here, Coach Giordano from the other side of the field yelling for movement out of his team as people are standing kind of stiffly on the throw-ins. Kelly, who's had an active day in the midfield thus far, looking. just gets the pass off in time. Nobody cutting. Booted out by Bertelson. Intercepted by Nocht. Over to Gill on the left side. Tries to flick it on. Friedman challenge. Boom down the middle. Cleared back in by Czar on a one-touch. As we get into a little ping pong battle here. Henkel in the middle. Zadorian tries to get it through the middle. Henkel over to Mansfield. Tries to keep it in on this crown field and couldn't do it. Free to Kelly, who's got a little open space in front of her. Touches it to Bloor. Shields it well. Bloor with the left foot. Puts it through to Gill. Bongiovanni breaking down the middle. Gill's trying to find her. Hits Bloor on the right side. Bloor stays with it. Trying to close down the outside there. Kelly steps up. Intercepted by Henkel. And she'll counterattack here. Swing it from left to right over to Zadorian. Intercepted by Gill. Over to the other Gill. And we'll have a throw in for the Bears. Nocht to Hartage. Navaraj with a cross into Bloor in the middle. On her back was Hamilton. Referee no call. Lou with it. Touches it down the right side. Well-placed ball. Hamilton. Kelly free. And it'll be a Bear throw-in. Correction, it'll be a Blue Devil throw-in. Castro and Henkel out for arrest. Replaced by Katie Ball and Amy Caccaro back in the game. Free with the toss to Kelly. Looking around. Chips it to Bloor down the right side. To Bertelson. And Mansfield out of play. Referee appeared to think it was off the Bear player, so he gives a throw to Westfield. Got a handball on Yating Liu. Westfield will get a free kick. About 45 to 50 yards outside the Bear goal. Friedman rallying her fellow defenders to stay up on a line. Challenge through to Douglas, cleared out by Nocht. Bongiovanni flicks it on to Bloor. Shields the ball from Hamilton. Tries to get over to Gill. Gill had cut towards the middle. Zadorian in control. Pushes it through to Czar. Czar cuts into the right side, takes a shot. Nice save by Hagen. Well-positioned keeper. And Hagen will switch fields and bring the ball over to her right. On the back is Mansfield of Kelly, free. Flicked by Bloor. Bloor in pursuit of Hamilton. Bloor in control. Beautiful left foot cross to Gill. See if Gill can do it. Plays it down the middle. Williams will wander out of her box. Not sure whether she's going to throw or punt. Decides for the latter. Headed through by Zadorian. Good battle thus far between two of the state's top 7 ranked teams. East Brunswick being #1 in New Jersey. And Westfield #7 as of today. Caccaro cutting through. Pursued by Gill. Physical play going on at this point. And referee's going to call a hold against Westfield. As the Westfield player got double whammy, got called for the foul and took the worst of the challenge as well. And now we have an obstruction call against Bongiovanni. Could possibly have been a makeup call, but one will never know. Friedman touches it out to Free. A lot of play in the middle of the field at this point. Gill in pursuit of Stefiak. Clears it up to the right side, and Vraj will take the throw. Just over 9 minutes left in the first half of this scoreless game between perennial state powers, the Westfield Blue Devils and the East Brunswick Lady Bears. Rankings in the USA Today national poll were out this week, with the Lady Bears cracking the top 20 in at number 19. Gill with the ball down the right wing. Bertelson knocks it out the side, hoping for a little recovery from her teammates. Navraj with the toss. Bongiovanni shielding the ball. Crosses over. Nobody there to take the pass. Nicole Douglas. Kakaro with the ball, flicked out by Lou as she plays tight marking against Kakaro, Westfield's leading scorer thus far this year. And Friedman to take the throw. Hamilton with the header down the middle. Zadorian in pursuit, unsuccessful. Nicole Douglas to Bloor, back to Kelly. Over to Douglas. Intercepted by Mansfield, over to Hamilton. Flicked on by Ball. And boomed out by Friedman. Again, there are moments in the game where it's ball's tipped down one end of the field, other moments where you play ping pong between the 30-yard markers. Kakao hits it down to an open wing as Mansfield lies there flailing on the ground, perhaps needing a rest. Douglas with open space, finds Bongiovanni. 3 people coming on her. She holds her hand out, wondering why nobody told her there was men on, or girls on in this case. Off of Westfield, Kelly Free will take another toss for the Bears, as we're 7 minutes left in the first half. Aaron Kelly, good challenge between Bloor and DeSantis. Coach Giordano giving some of his troops a little breather. Coming out is Gretchen Mansfield and Allison Faulkner. Knocked to, Kelly to the right. Here's some of these out of bounds calls. Their ball's right on the line, but referee's down there. Lou settles, chips out. Intercepted by Bongiovanni, touched by Bloor, looking for help. Hits Gill in the middle. Tries to deke around Stefyuk. Stefyuk makes a nice recovery. And chipped out by Ann Luchtenhaus, a senior back for the Westfield Blue Devils. Navraj Gill through to the middle. Flicked on by Zaccaro. Friedman with one of her patented one-touch clearing attempts through to Gill. Williams will scamper out of her box and gobble that one up. And the Bears will take a throw in. We've had many throw-ins so far. Very tight marking by both teams at this point. Very few opportunities. Bears have had the better of the shots, albeit a few. Bloor in pursuit. Mansfield flicks on to Kakaro. Kakaro with a quick cross back to the right. Mishit that as she tried to get it towards the goal. And we'll have a goal kick for the Bears. More substitutions for Westfield as Coach Giordano tries to keep his troops fresh. They've had one match in the last 13 days, so it may be a little winded at this point. There's so many drills you could do in practice before the team starts getting ornery and wanting a game. Bertelson, good clear out. And Navraj Gill will toss it in. Looks for a breaking Kelly. Marked tightly by Margaret Costro, and it'll be another throw-in for the Lady Bears. Navraj to Christy Bongiovanni. Shields the ball well, back to Navraj. Down to her sister Hartaj. Stefiak with the ball to the middle. Bloor in pursuit. Kelly stepping up, try to keep it in play. Tries to get position on Kakaro. Kakaro mishits it. Lou intercepts. Now it's Costro. And Freeman with the bomb. Bloor flicks it on with her head to Bongiovanni. Tries to cut in. She's still in control. Tries to flick it over to Gill. Blocked by Stefiak. Nice defensive play by Stefiak as she thwarted a cross and a shot attempt. And the end result is the Blue Devils will get a throw in deep in their own end. Not a lot at stake in this match as far as conference standings, but there is a lot to be said for bragging rights in this Group 4 matchup. Touched out by Jackie Nacht. DeSantis over to Stefiak. Intercepted by Narvaj. Gill pushes it up the left side to her sister Hartaj. A little too far ahead, and Bertelsen one times it out. Both teams are having trouble connecting on more than 2 passes at a time at this point. It's either good marking or hot potato soccer out there right now. Bongiovanni with the flick on to Gill. Touches back. Kelly with the ball. Down the wing to Bloor. Bloor shields it nicely, turns. Marked tightly by Becky Hamilton. Westfield down to Bears' right side. A little bit too far. With such tight marking by both teams at this point, it would seem that quicker decisions are going to have to be made. Hold on to the ball a split second too long, and you're going to have someone right on your back. Bongiovanni cuts in. Loses control is Bertelsen. Gill to Bongiovanni. Pushed off. Referee's going to call Bongiovanni for a trip. Not too happy with that is Nicole DeSantis as she gets up grumpily. Free kick for the Blue Devils. No movement out of the rest of their team. Erin Kelly. Little left-footed slide pass down to Gill down the wing. Unable to control it. Unofficially, there's just under 2 minutes left in the first half as the scoreboard clock has been turned off and the official time will be kept on the field. So Kakao with a nice dummy move around Lou. Touched out by Friedman. Quick counterattack if Kelly can find the opening. Right to the Blue Devil right fullback. Costro and Douglas battle for the ball. Down the left side is Korecki. Over to Kakaro. Kakaro with time, tries to cross. And Korecki knocks it out of bounds. I don't think it's so much frustration on either team's part, but a sign of respect by both teams at this point that there's been so few opportunities, such tight marking. Both teams have lethal offenses and airtight defenses. And that'll end our half. With no score between the Westfield Blue Devils and East Brunswick Lady Bears, our only statistic for the first half was a yellow card to the Westfield coach Giordano in the 4th minute of play. But since then, it's just been a nice, tight, up and down battle between two teams that highly respect each other's team. And that'll do it for the first half. We'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second half of action. Teams are back out in the field, getting set for the start of the second half of action in a scoreless game between the Westfield 7th-ranked Blue Devils and the #1 ranked Lady Bears. And off we go, touched by the Blue Devils. Sidorian feeds it back to Castro. Chips it down the middle, intercepted by Bongiovanni. Settles it down, tries to get over to Free. Got Ting Lu with the ball. Toe pokes it up to Bloor. Kakaro with it, tries to get by Lu. Instead pokes it down a wing to Mansfield. Cuts in with a cross, intercepted by Kelly, and cleared out by Allie Friedman. Bloor with her back to the goal. Been marked very tightly by sophomore Becky Hamilton all day. Nice touch by Bloor, spin move down, tries to hit Bongiovanni, pokes it through, right to the foot of Sage Stufiak. Opportunity by Zadorian, cleared out by Friedman. Not much shots on goal in the first half by either team. Most of the play between the 18s. Bongiovanni with space and time. Chips it down a wing to Hartaj Gill. Knocked with the ball. Left foots it out to Hartaj. Over to Navaraj. Navaraj still with it. Intercepted by number 12, Katie Egan. Egan stepping up. Cross to left, but just over the head of Kakaro, who had cut in a little too deeply. Kakaro with the cross back to the middle to Castro. Over her head, stepped up by Czar, who lets one go just to the left of goal, and Hagen will put it down and Friedman will boot it out. At the point where East Brunswick went to Westfield last year, the Blue Devils had been unscored upon. Came out of that one with a 3-3 tie, which to them felt more like a loss. We'll have a blue throw in as Katie Egan will toss it in for the Blue Devils. Over to Czar. One touch intercepted by Nacht, flicks it out to Hartaj Gill. Looks for an open teammate, Stefiak. Out of bounds, and Navaraj will toss it in. Quick substitution early in the game. Only 2 minutes in, Dimple Chaudhry comes in, replacing Bongiovanni. Must have been injured off the play, since we're not sure what happened, why she would have come out so early in the half. So Dorian failed to control that one. Ball never came in the first time, so Jackie Nacht will have another crack at it. Finds Hartaj, flicks it over to Chaudhry. Step up by Nicole Douglas. Challenged by Czar. Douglas in pursuit, toe pokes it over to Hartaj. Nice cut back in by Hartaj. Just a little too far ahead, stepped up by Douglas. Good recovery by Margaret Castro for the Blue Devils. And the Bears will get a throw down in Westfield's end. Tossed into Bloor, she cuts over from her left wing position. Navaraj chips it in. Chaudhry with a challenge. And Williams with the control. And Bongiovanni will check back into the game. Chaudhry in for a short 2-minute stint, almost out of goal. Hartaj plays it off of Westfield defender over to Bongiovanni. Pokes it back to Douglas. Square to Kelly. Intercepted by Czar. Chips down the left wing to Kakaro. And Friedman with the bomb out. Navaraj touched to Nacht. Circles to the middle. Intercepted by Egan. Dangerous play, curling it back in your own end. Pushed through by Czar, but Hagen will have that easily. Dangerous play by Knox. She curled into the middle in her own end of the field. Friedman intercepted by Egan. Stefiuk, Gill. Navaraj up to Bongiovanni. Intercepted by Bertelson. Headed back in by Hartaj. And headed out by Stefiuk. Navraj to Kelly. Lose a little bit of control, a little too far ahead of her. Knocked with the challenge. Ball played down the right wing to Sidorian and cleared out by Ali Friedman for the Bears. We're early in the second half, just under 6 minutes in of a scoreless game between two teams who have wide open offenses and airtight defenses. And so far today, the defenses have the upper hand, or upper foot as we should say. Bongiovanni flicks on. Kelly free with the ball, nice chest trap, knocks it down, flicks it. And she will also take the throw. See if the Bears can't get something started up here. Toss into Bloor, tries to spin around Hamilton, who's been on her like a second pair of shorts today. Flicked on by Zadorian. Kakaro puts down an open right wing. Pursued by Castro. Friedman over there speedily and knocks it out. Egan, patient, plays it into space in the middle. Headed wide by Lou, flicked on by Kelly. Lou again is the Bears playing very cautiously in their own end right now. 6 players back in the box. Navraj, dangerous pass to the middle to Douglas. Bongiovanni over to Bloor. Cleared out by Hamilton. Free with the ball off of Hamilton, and she'll take the toss. Looking for some movement out of her teammates, finds a Nicole Douglas cutting. And Douglas just couldn't get the foot on it like she wished. Friedman with the cannon shot. Perhaps it'll come down, and it does, out of bounds. Waiting for the throw from Westfield. Headed out by Lou. Right to the Westfield halfback. Quick cross. Just over the football crossbar. Nice opportunity for Westfield. It's the best chance of this half thus far, as the Bears got a little careless in their own end in their clearing attempts. Fortunately, no harm done. Nice step up by DeSantis. Sidorian down the wing to Egan. Cross, beautiful cross from right to left. Intercepted by Hagen. And the Bears will try to generate some offense here. Similar to the first half. It's not so much one end to the other. Both teams having trouble putting more than 2 passes together. Gaining any kind of momentum or ball control. Hamilton with a long throw into the box. Kelly lets it go overhead, plays it to the left side to Navraj. Flick on to Hartaj, who turns. Could run out of sideline room there. Zadorian intercepted by Bongiovanni. Bongiovanni tripped up. On DeSantis. Just over midfield. Ali Friedman will set it up. As the Bears will try to generate some offense here. Friedman looking for some movement out of her teammates. Hits a ball crossfield to the right side. Headed out by the Blue Devils. Flicked on by Knock. Out of bounds off of Navraj Gill. Either team content to have a scoreless tie, but by the same token, neither team ready to budge on defense either. One touch out, after hits her own player. Tiffany Bloor with the move. Brings it back to her left. Cleared out by Blue Devils, and Yating Lu will take the toss. Throws it into Free, shielding the ball from Mansfield. And we'll have a Bear throw in as Bloor did a nice job bouncing the ball off of Becky Hamilton's legs. Let's see if the Bears can capitalize on this. Not a lot of movement out of either team at this point, as you see them standing around, hands on hip. Free conceding to throw into Friedman, who will easily reach the box. Stepped up by Bongiovanni, backheeled over to Gill. Kelly Free with the ball, unable to control it. Battling with Becky Hamilton over on the right wing. And Free wins out. She'll get the throw in. Toss into Erin Kelly. Quick clear out attempt by the Westfield, unsuccessful. Now Katie Egan with the ball. Down the right side and out of bounds as Stefiak was unable to reach it in time. Navraj with a quick toss over to Hartaj. Overlapping is Navraj down the left side. Puts it down the left wing to Bongiovanni, crosses into the middle. Step up. Bloor with the shot. Navraj with the shot as Bloor was standing there in the middle trying to screen the goalkeeper for Westfield, Williams. That's a best Bear opportunity so far this half, as they kept some pressure down there. Friedman will take it from left to right, cross it down the middle. Kelly Free might have hitched up a little too soon, as neither team had control at that point. And this one will not roll out of bounds. Knocked waiting for it to happen, but it never did. One time this Crown Field didn't eat it up. Bongiovanni with the block. Hartaj cuts back. Nobody there, though, as it's chipped out by Nicole DeSantis. Friedman loses the handle on it. Clear right to the middle is Yating Lu. And Zadorian hits a harmless little left footer that Hagan hustles out and picks up. Right now, at this point, you'd have to say that Westfield was at a slight advantage on the 50-50 balls here this second half. Egan with the quick chip of the right foot. Friedman out, right over to the forward, Zadorian. Dangerous play in the middle. Bears will use this goal kick opportunity to try to regroup on defense there, get a little more communication. We have substitutions in for Westfield as they bring in 3 fresh players. Friedman with the goal kick. Bongiovanni covered by Czar. Erin Kelly with the ball. Intercepted, flicked out by Liu. Pursued by Luchtenhaus. Nicole Douglas. Crossed by Westfield, goes out of bounds. And Friedman will line up the goal kick for the Bears. Westfield will let that one roll out of bounds. Yet another throw in today, as the flow of this play is more suitable to a basketball game right now. No sustained offense by either end. Neither team able to generate that much offense right now, but with the Bears getting a little sloppy on defense back there. Westfield can smell a little blood at this point. Headed back in by Jessica Czar. Kelly intercepted by Henkel. Regains control, pokes it out to Bongiovanni on the left side. Chips it over to Gill. Shields the ball from her shadow, Stefiak. Bongiovanni steps up, breaks through, 3-on-2. Looking for an opening. Tries a tricky dribble around Bertelson, no avail. Flicked on by Bongiovanni. And cleared out by Hamilton. Lou heads it back up. Almost a collision between Douglas and Kelly. Clean challenge by Kakaro and Lou. Both of them seem to be okay. Hartage swings it out to the right. Tiffany Bloor tries to cut in. Manhandled by Becky Hamilton. And we're going to have a foul. A holding foul called against the Lady Bears. Number 12, Tiffany Bloor. At this point, we may play all day and not see a goal. Kelly in pursuit of Castro. Off the foot of Nacht, it will roll out of bounds. Chased down by the little ball girls. Kelly with the chip. Bloor in hot pursuit there. Good defensive play by Katie Bertelson. Now we'll have mass substitutions as Chowdhury, Harriton, Smith, and Jennifer Weinberg check into the game. Replacing Kelly Free, Tiffany Bloor, Hartaj Gill, and Navraj Gill. Good substitution at this point by Coach Costa as he tries to give some players a breather. Freeman with the long bomb over to the right side. Smith unable to handle the long ball, regains possession. Chip back in by Jennifer Weinberg. Westfield breaks out down the left side. Long clearing pass, unsuccessful. And Freeman will take the throw. 17.5 minutes into the second half of a scoreless game between perennial powers, the Lady Bears of East Brunswick, and the Blue Devils of Westfield. As darkness starts to settle in over the stadium, the lights have been turned on. Ball headed over by number 8, Katie Henkel. And Jackie Nacht, left back for the Bears. Will pitch it in. Tries to find Nicole Douglas. Friedman with a rare touch pass over to Nacht. Worked successfully. Chimple Chaudhry. Nice pass over and knocked out of bounds. Chaudhry with a long throw down the left side to Harriton. Nicole Douglas over to Erin Kelly. Two defenders around her. Lutkenhouse. Friedman heads it up. Step up by Stefiak. Headed out by Nacht. Kelly tries to settle. Ball intercepted by Westfield. Booted down the left wing. Kelly Korecki with the ball. Tries to beat Weinberg on the left side. Crosses, get a nice cross in there. Friedman intercepts. Korecki again, cross to the middle. Shot, ooh, shot by Margaret Castro. And Hagen was just able to save it. Westfield moved the ball from left to right, and Hagen was following the play along her line. Fortunately, she was able to get back in time as ball was crossed back towards her left. Westfield right now, Harriton with the ball. Smith cutting in. Kept in by Westfield nicely. Lutkenhouse down the left side. This one will roll out. At least Brunswick dodged the bullet on that one as Hagen was shifting from her right to left. And the shot came back across the goal to her, but she was able to hang on her line and recover in time. Both teams being very stubborn at this point. It's the way it should be when you have two teams like this out here. Bongiovanni steps up as Bertelsen was a little hesitant in clearing that ball out. Nice shield by Nacht. Puts it out to Bongiovanni. And knocked out by Bertelsen. Neither team really doing much in the way of an offside trap today. Feeling is that neither one wants to get caught up on any kind of breakaways, with both teams showing some speed in their offense. Westfield playing a 4-4-2 with 2 forwards, 4 halfbacks, and 4 defenders. Bongiovanni breaks him down the middle. Left-footed shot stopped. Smith intercepts the clearing attempt. Poked out. Kelly steps up wisely. And Hamilton chips it out of bounds. Lou with the toss to Megan Smith. Dangerous to the middle by Westfield. Bongiovanni in pursuit, just couldn't reach it in time. Jackie Nacht having a very strong game at the defense for the Bears. Puts it right back in there, and it's picked up by Williams. And Caccaro heads that one out of bounds. Good strong defense that thus far by number 17. You can see in the middle of your screen, Jackie Nacht. Little hesitation. Nicole Douglas steps up. Flicked out wide by DeSantis. Good aggressive pursuit by Megan Smith. Lou with the ball. Bounces it off a Westfield player is Weinberg. Chips it down, Bongiovanni in pursuit. We're gonna have a push against the Lady Bears. Down the middle, headed back in by Lou. And we'll have a couple of substitutions for the Blue Devils. As this game wears on, with about 17.5 minutes left, it'll become more of a chess match between the two coaches, trying to keep the players fresh, and you're not taking away any of the strength outside. Henkel down the right side from her midfield position. Cleared out by Friedman. DeSantis over to Czar, a little frustrated with her lack of a clearing attempt. And we've got a jumping in call against Katie Henkel of Westfield. Allison Friedman will mosey on over, wipe the sweat off her brow. Set the ball right where she wants it. Now she's ready. Right to the head of Katie Egan. And we'll have mass substitutions as Gill, Free, and Blort come back into the game, replacing Bongiovanni, Smith, Weinberg, and Harriton. And Bongiovanni's back into the game. Chowdhury comes out. Thank goodness for scorecards. Nobody in pursuit of the ball at this point. Ball went off of a blue foot. Let's see. Nope. Referee will call a Westfield's throw-in. Nicole Douglas getting a lot of action over there in her midfield position today. Play shifts right to left. Down the wing. Westfield cuts in wisely. Kelly, nice defensive play by Erin Kelly. She got back and cut off the defender before she could make a cross. Counter attack by Kelly. Takes the ball left to right, back to the right again. Step up by Kelly Free over to Bloor. Needs some help down on the right side. Let's see if the Bears can push it up and pop one in here. Tossed by Kelly over to Hartage. Bongiovanni tries to poke it through to Bloor, cuts in. Knocked out by Stage Stuffiuk. Bears in pursuit at this point. Long clearing out by Westfield. Friedman's got a play on it back. Miss hits it. Zadorian with the strong challenge on Friedman. Not only did she end up on the ground, but she got called for the foul as well. I'm sure Zadorian would ask Mr. Referee if it was true that she got a lump for her foul. Pace picking up a little out here as both teams can sense the time left in the match, just over 14 minutes of a scoreless game. Westfield fans not very happy with that official's call, as they felt it was their throw-in. Kelly with the ball in midfield, quick touch. Over to Bongiovanni. Swings to the right, cuts back in. And that will roll out of bounds. As stated earlier, Tina wins this game. If there is a winner here, it's going to be a made by, the winner's going to come off of quick decisions, because there's very little time from the receipt of a ball to there's no real time to play around with it out there, as both teams are marking each other very tightly. Little quick 1-2 combination. Bongiovanni with it. Drags back. Tries to get some space. There's some vocal fans on both sides of the field today. Probably one of the larger crowds we've had this year. Zadorian over, pursued by Liu. Zadorian down the left wing. Liu with her all the way. Liu's down, back up again. Zadorian still with the ball. And Zadorian dribbled it out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for East Brunswick. Flicked on by Bloor. Intercepted by DeSantis. Quick touch over to Egan. Hankel with the ball. Cuts it back. Over to Castro. Intercepted by Navraj. Bongiovanni, who's now assumed the winger position out there. Long touch to Bloor, going down the middle. Bloor cutting in on the right side. Can she reach it in time? Williams came out and was just able to get that in time. Nice crossing pass by Bongiovanni, and Bloor fled down the right side. Williams came out equally as quick. Artage over to Bloor again, poked out by Hamilton, intercepted by Free. Bertelson. Over to Castro. Flicked on to Czar. And out of bounds. Megan Smith standing by Coach Coates' side, awaiting her chance to get in the game. Blue with a missed throw. Out of bounds off of Kelly Free. Blue Devils to throw it in. Long throw. Intercepted by Liu. Czar in the middle, chips it back down the left. Douglas, a long pass down, tries to find Bongiovanni, a little out of her reach. Williams scoops it up and punt it right back out. Near the Bear fans exhorting their players on to win the ball, these 50-50 balls. Good hustle by Kelly. Referee will call that a white throw. And Megan Smith will go in to replace Kelly Free over at the right halfback slot. Referee has just pulled a yellow card on number 17, Becky Hamilton. Must have been something she said, as play was stopped at the time the card was drawn. So in that event, Becky Hamilton will have to come out of the game for a while with 9.5 minutes left. Great opportunity for the Bears, as she has been on Bloor. Her and Bloor have been covering each other like blankets today out there. But Hamilton will have to come out for a short time. We have a handball against the Bears. Westfield will get an opportunity 10 yards inside the Bear zone. They'll take their time on this one, as scoring opportunities for them this half have been few and far between. Nice step up by Lou. Chip back in by Westfield. We'll have a throw in for the Bears. Let's see if Freeman can find Hagan, and she does. Wise decision. Nice play by both Allie Freeman and Celine Hagan. Step up by Katie Egan. Ball went off for her, and Navrajgil will take the throw in. Egan again to Hartaj. DeSantis to Gill, off her head. And Hamilton reports back into the game for Westfield. Egan pushes down the right wing, chased by Nacht. Keeps it in play. Good sportsmanship by Allie Freeman as she helps her Westfield opponent up the ground. Egan played the ball dangerously across field back towards her own end. Headed through by Zadorian. Headed back by Zadorian. And we'll have a charge on Katie Egan as she ran into Gill. Freeman will take the kick quickly, as there's just under 7.5 minutes left in this match. Knock with a nice play. Step up by Burleson. Cleared it back. Kakao with the ball, taken away neatly by Freeman. This is a somewhat young East Brunswick team as well, as there is only 3 seniors starting on this team. Which looms well for Coach Kosa next year. Hartaj plays it wide to Navraj, off of Navraj's leg. And Westfield will take the toss. And we'll hold up a minute as they substitute. Katie Ball being replaced by Margaret Costro for the Blue Devils. Down to just under 6.5 minutes in this match. Quick toss by Jackie Nacht. Zadorian with the ball, feeds a nice pass through to Costro on the left side. Hagan comes out, makes a beautiful play to stave it. Pulls it right off of Caro's foot. Smart play by Hagan. Just a sophomore, as I said earlier. She's been very strong in the matches she's played thus far for the Bears. Lou to Megan Smith. off of Westfield, and East Brunswick will throw it in. Headed back in, chest trap by Kelly. Attempted drag back by Caccaro, successful. Over to Castro. Miss kicked out as Navraj Gill may have been a little too anxious. It's a danger in your own end, and kicking the ball out to nobody and having it slam right back at you, which is what happened that time. And the lax Westfield forwards allow a throw in to go to Hagan once more. Ball ping-ponging through the middle of the field. Stepped up by Castro. Booted out by Friedman. And we'll have a couple of substitutions for the Blue Devils as Mansfield and Egan leave. Coming into the game is Lutkenhouse. Cole Douglas with Castro all over. Little confusion by the Bears. They can't seem to get out of their own end at this point. Lutkenhouse. Chipped in by Czar. Bouncing ball headed up by Friedman. Artage. Chipped up. Rolls out of bounds. Nice idea. Crown didn't help him on that attempt. Good movement by Westfield at this point. They can't put more than a couple of passes together. Caccaro tries to cross. Off of Knox foot. Slid through. And Friedman boots it out. As Westfield starts to apply pressure here late in the game. 7 people in East Brunswick box for the Blue Devils. Hamilton to take the long throw. Zadorian headed through. Zadorian again. Caccaro in the middle with the left-footed shot headed out by Jackie Nocht. And the Blue Devils will gain a corner kick. Just about 3 minutes left in regulation. In the event regulation ends in a tie, we will play 2 10-minute overtimes. If it's still tied, then the game will end as a draw. Corner kick taken by Westfield, headed on by Caccaro. And it will be a goal kick for the Bears. See if they can mount an attack with unofficially just over 2 minutes left in the game. Most of East Brunswick's team is playing back in their own end at this point. Lutkenhouse intercepted by Navraj, out of bounds. Westfield is shaking off the cobwebs of playing only 1 game in the last 2 weeks. Kelly heads out, headed back in. Navraj chips out. Boyle will try to use his speed there. She'll get called for the foul as assisted the Westfield player in a trip to the ground. DeSantis to take the long boot. Didn't get it up in the air, intercepted by Bongiovanni. Czar, Hagen off her line, pulls it in harmlessly. Hagen will try to get something generated with a long punt over to the right wing. Hamilton run into by Smith. Smith again with the block. Picked off by Korecki. Korecki again. Korecki and Smith going at it. Smith wins the ball off of Korecki, and Smith will take the throw. Headed through by Aaron Kelly. Stepped up. And we'll have a Blue Devil throw in. Just under a minute left in regulation. Friedman will flip it out to Douglas, who will boot it into the stands. Westfield pushing up as they look for one last-ditch effort here in a scoreless game. And we'll have a goal kick for the Bears. Except for a couple of official timeouts for, well, that'll end the half. At the end of regulation, we are in a scoreless draw between Westfield and the Lady Bears. We'll take a break for a minute and come back with the start of 2 10-minute overtimes. Both coaches talking to their teams as we get set for 2 10-minute overtime periods. East Brunswick's last overtime game was a thriller with Sayreville. The 3-2 victory on the Bears slate. Prior to that, they defeated Old Bridge 2-1 in overtime. So they are tested at this stage of the season. Waiting for the referees to whistle the teams back onto the field. Just to recap our statistics so far, there's been no scoring in the match. A very tight defensive effort. Bears taking control early in the first half, and Westfield taking charge more towards the end of the first half. It has not been much of an up and down game, more of a one team takes possession for a while, and the play works down the other end. Neither team able to put together more than 2 or 3 passes at a time to work something in. And it is fitting after a 3-3 tie last year between two undefeated teams. They come into this game, East Brunswick 13-0, Westfield 11-0. Neither one of them ready to concede to a tie at this point, though. What you're looking at could be a prelim to the state final this year down at Trenton State. I'm sure both coaches would wish that very much. Bears come onto the field. They'll be going from right to left on your screen. Westfield will enjoy the kickoff. Castro jumping around, awaiting the referee's whistle, and run away. Dorian up to Castro. Bongiovanni. Field might be getting a little slick at this point with the fall due. Handball on Kelly as she tries to protect her face on a boot by Zadorian. Westfield will get an opportunity about 40 yards out from the Bears' goal. Friedman keeping everybody up, as they're going to make an attempt to pull Westfield off sides. Long kick to Hagen, and she handles that one easily. Bloor heads the ball through, intercepted by DeSantis. Chipped down the wing again by Bloor, nobody there. Artaj in pursuit. Kelly with the header. Over to Navraj. A minute into this first overtime of a scoreless game. Nicole Douglas pursuing Castro. Left-footed cross by Castro. Roll out of bounds. Look for both coaches to shorten their benches considerably in this overtime, as both teams had a 2 or 3 minute rest between regulation and the start of overtime. Bongiovanni with Czar on her back. Czar with Bongiovanni on her back. Knox steps up. Navraj, crossfield pass, nobody there. Smith intercepts the clearing attempt. Bloor with her back to Hamilton. And Friedman with the long boot downfield. Let's see if East Brunswick can capitalize on that. Artaj flicks it over her head. Stefiak. And East Brunswick will get an opportunity as Aaron Kelly runs through, open space. Kelly with the ball, over to Bongiovanni, back to Kelly, over to Bongiovanni. On the right foot, shot just wide to the right. About a 19-yarder just on the right. Good 1-2 combination between Kelly and Bongiovanni. A lot of play in the middle of the field right now as Westfield is packing it in. Zadorian, Costro, intercepted by Nicole Douglas. Chipped out by Stefiuk. Smith intercepted. Friedman steps up with a karate kick to clear it out of danger. It's probably the most fearless one you'll find out there. Egan in control, intercepted by Hartage. Not having one of her patented games today. Hartage coming off a hat trick against Sayreville in a 3-2 victory for the Lady Bears earlier this week. Knocked with the header off of Navraj Gill. Blue Devils will have a throw deep in the Bears' end. Costro tries to spin around. Bongiovanni back to intercept. Flicks it up to Bloor. Bloor put pressure on Bertelsen. It will chip it out of Smith with a header. Smith with a chip. Some of the players look like they're trying to catch their breath at this point as the action is getting a little sloppy. People seem content to play hot potato with the ball instead of set anything up. Kakaro on the back of Nicole Douglas back there, seen by the official. Hamilton hits it back in. We'll have a substitution here as Kelly Free comes out, and Kelly Free comes into the game, I'm sorry, and Megan Smith will check out for the Bears. Just under 5 minutes into this first 10-minute overtime of a scoreless tie. Knocked receive a back pass from Navraj Gill. Bloor coming left to right, spins move, cuts down the left side. Tries to use his speed, cuts in. See if she can get a cross off. And that'll be a corner attempt for the Bears. Nice play by Bloor, good hustle down the left wing. As she saw an open left wing and came sprinting over from her right side. Shielded the defender away from the ball neatly and tucked a nice cross in there, which was knocked away by a Westfield defender. Hartage Gill with the corner kick. Nice long left-footed toss into the box, and Williams intercepts it. Nobody up there to get ahead on that or obstruct Williams at all. Free with the long booming kick. However, it was an offside call as the Bear forwards couldn't quite get back in time. Katie Bertelsen for Westfield. Out to Katie Egan. Gill intercepts. Czar. Over to Zadorian. Kakaro breaking through the middle from the left. Puts a harmless ball in to Celine Hagen. And Celine will tickle time, give her teammates a chance to breathe. Bongiovanni trying to shield the ball. Back heads it over to Bloor. Jumping on her back is Allison Faulkner. Bongiovanni with a quick kick to Navraj Gill. Jackie knocked right back in there, and another offside call is Gill and Bloor couldn't quite get back in time from the upcharging Westfield defenders. Both teams will deserve a nice long rest tonight after this match. Navraj. Ball being ping-ponged back and forth as Friedman will head this one out of bounds. And Westfield will bring in a couple of fresh players. Mansfield and Egan come out of the match. Through ball, unsuccessful. As Westfield pushes the play up, intercepted by Hartaj Gill. Played out wide to Stefiak. Off of Gill, and it'll be a Blue Devil throw. Long toss to Navraj. Hartaj cuts back, swings it down the left side to Navraj. Bohr hustles over. And Friedman with another bomb downfield. This time her teammates are onside. Lou stepping up. Good challenge to Douglas pursuing Krevsky. Friedman over to the right side. Misplayed by Kakaro. And the Bears will take a throw in deep in their defensive end of the field. Lou giving the ball to Friedman, and she'll look around for an open teammate. As we've just over a minute to play in this first overtime. Bongiovanni to Douglas. Over to Hartaj, to Aaron Kelly. Plays the ball down the wing to Kelly Free. See if she can do something with it. Tries to get across, unsuccessful. And Williams jumps out after it. We'll put it right back down to Bears end. Czar with it. Left foot to the middle. Zadorian tries to one-touch it over Kakaro successfully. Kakaro, nice job keeping the ball in play. Headed out by Friedman. Friedman with the poke over to the left side. We're under a minute in this first overtime. Zadorian with the shot. And that ends our first overtime period. Teams will take a quick respite and change ends. Nothing more than an end change for both teams here, as they had a break between the regulation and the first overtime. Best opportunity for the Bears came on a corner kick deep in Westfield territory. Beautiful cross by Hartaj Gill, but there was nobody there to intercept, or nobody there to knock it in with a head. Referees will give the teams a minute to catch their breath, get a little drink of water. And both coaches will try to figure out what they need to do to sneak one in the back of the net here. East Brunswick has been equally as stingy as Westfield this year. Having allowed only 6 goals to date and scoring 61 of their own. Between the two teams in 24 games, they've allowed a total of 8 goals. On one hand, you can look at it and say that the goalkeeping has been tremendous, which to some degree it has, but airtight defenses are not allowing much shots. Referees will blow the whistle, try to get the teams back on for the start of our second overtime. Again, 10 more minutes. If it should end in a tie, the 10-minute time elapses and the score is still tied. That's how the result will stand. Both teams trying to generate that one last gasp effort out there. 10 more minutes and then go home and take a nice shower, have dinner. I'm sure our crew here would like to do the same. Bears will move from left to right in this second overtime period, and we'll also have the kickoff. are Taj Gill and Tiffany Bloor, wandering impatiently at the center circle. And we're underway. Last 10 minutes of the match. Westfield comes out quickly, trying to knock this one in. Coccaro coming down the left side. Cross the ball into Zadorian, who tries to left foot at one time. Cross came a little bit behind her, so she really didn't have much momentum on that one. Step up by Hamilton. Hamilton takes it in, pokes it through. East Brunswick being a little more cautious on defense at this point in time. Hamilton heads it through to Coccaro. Coccaro tries to beat Lou along the outside. And we'll have a corner kick for Westfield. Barely a minute into the second overtime. Westfield's trying to light a fire and get one in. They have a golden opportunity right now as they have a corner kick to the right side of the Bears box. Westfield players lined up on the 18-yard line waiting for the approach. They cut in. Egan mishandles the cross, but she's able to come out of it all right. And it'll be a corner kick on the other side of the box this time. Perhaps a little miscommunication out there, but fortunately for the Bears, no harm done. Zadorian will pick up the ball. See 4 Westfield players lining up outside the box looking for the approaching kick. Coccaro cuts in. Long cross. Touched out by Bongiovanni. Free with the ball. And Westfield will take the throw. Referee stops the play as he determines the Westfield player was trying to take some liberties when the approaching throw-in. Coccaro out of bounds off of her, and we'll have a blue white throw-in. Coccaro's been a workhorse out there for Westfield today. And her counterpart, Yating Liu, has been equal to the task down in her fullback's position. Bongiovanni with a nice touch pass. A little miscommunication between Kelly and Smith. Now they get it right. Bongiovanni with it. Pulled down by Hamilton. And Aaron Kelly will set up the kick for Allison Friedman. Long kick from left to right. Spin move by Gill. Touch back to Bongiovanni. Lines up a shot just a little too far out of her reach. I don't think she got all of her foot on that one. She kind of squibbed it to the far side. Out of play will work back down to Bears then as Westfield with the quick throw. Jackie knocked with it. Intercepted by the Blue Devils. Lou clears it out of the middle, headed back out. Touch back in by Zadorian. Lou. Friedman with a one-timer. Headed back in by Blue Devils. Coccaro tries a bicycle kick, get into the box. And we'll have a charge on Westfield as Yating Liu took one right in the side. We have 2 players down right there. And we'll take a break for a second while both coaches go out and attend to their injured players. Both players appear to be all right as the carts pull off the field. And we'll be underway in a second as Allison Freeman waits for the referee's signal. Long ball right down the heart of the field, intercepted by Henkel. Freeman with a one-timer. Cleared back in by Zadorian. Step up by DeSantis, puts it right back in. Little tennis match right now. One serves, the other returns. Westfield is doing a returning right now as they keep the play down the Bears' end. Counter attack by Hartage. Bounces it off of Westfield player, and it should be a white throw. Navaraj into Everin Kelly. Kelly with a touch back to Navaraj, intercepted by the Blue Devils. I think the crown of this field would be great if it was artificial turf, but not conducive to a good flow in a soccer game. Westfield breaking down the right side. No help in there, takes a long shot anyways. Off of Friedman's foot, and Hagen wisely jumps out after it. Moving down the right side, intercepted by Czar, good anticipation. Chip back in. Smith, intercepted by Mansfield. Headed out by Douglas. Bongiovanni with a one touch. Over to Aaron Kelly. See Smith down the right side there. See if Smith can push it down to Bloor. Attempted, but no success. Nice play by Bloor. She came back for the ball. Nonetheless, the referee saw it differently and will have a direct kick for Westfield. No call by the officials on that one, as both players kind of flailed on the ground after a challenge for the ball. Bloor sends it through the middle. Bertelson with it, pursued by Gill. Gill intercepts. Gill cutting in left side of the box. Can she get it? Great play by Williams as she came out and slid into the Gill, shielded the ball away, and was able to cover it up well. We're down to just over 3 minutes. Got a quick substitution by Westfield. Quick throw in, headed back out. Friedman settles. Tries to kick it out, cross wide away by Westfield, but nobody in there to convert the cross. Is the way Allison Friedman's played today. I don't think they were expecting a mistake there. Bloor keeps the ball in play. Either team willing to budge at this point. Knocked with the ball, intercepted. Nicole Douglas swings it over to the right. Good attempt by Megan Smith, but a little too far. Mansfield. Picaro. Bongiovanni off Bongiovanni's hand, and the referee sees it. Westfield will get a golden opportunity about 35 yards outside the Bear goal. Bears will keep everybody up. That kick will go out of bounds over the Bear goal line. A little less than 2 minutes remaining in this match. Scoreless draw between two of the perennial state powers. Flicked on by Tiffany Bloor. Bloor again in pursuit. DeSantis pushed it over to open space on the right side. Sidorian out of play, and the Bears will get one last-ditch effort. Referee's time is official, but we estimate about 1.5 minutes left in the match. Jockey Knock to take the throw. Coach Giordano feeding the ball to his player right away. And Friedman with the quick clear. Douglas. Call by the official, said Nicole Douglas was holding her down. I beg to differ on this one, but nevertheless, Westfield get an opportunity with under 1 minute remaining in the match. Westfield's blown 2 golden opportunities in the last 1.5 minutes. having free kicks just outside the Bear box, one going wide. One side, one going wide the other side. Czar with it. And that's the ball game. Referee says time is done. We have a scoreless tie between the Westfield Blue Devils and East Brunswick Lady Bears. Both teams should maintain their rankings in the state. A fitting result between two powerhouses who are very stingy on defense. Well, that'll do it here from J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. For our camera crew, I'm Phil Peterson, and have a good evening.